Coming up on this program, we show you how to get connected. Find out how to choose an internet service provider. Discover the newest form of communication, electronic mail.
Ways down and ready to ride. One by one, billion by billion, they're holding up half the sky. Raise your hand if you're ready and willing, if you know it's time. Time for a girl on time. Time for a girl on time. Time for
John, you learned how to raid. Oh my god, I'm so happy. I know that I've missed some. I just reminded myself, so please let me go back. Fuck. Why? Hold on. Sorry. I'm not saying, I'm just want to thank people properly. Darth J, thank you for becoming a member. Vicky, 24 months. Is it 24 months? And then Darth J, 3 months. Fargan, 2 months. Who knew? I knew. YouTube Daddy sends me a report. Okay, now that we're caught up, I want to say thank you, thank you, thank you. John, thank you for the raid. Thank you all for being here. Oh, lock my panty drawer. But you know that panty drawer is empty there. I don't wear no panties. You know I don't. Anyways, I love you guys. Oh, what a night. What a night, what a day. I hope everybody is doing well. You guys all get report cards. You know, I share them sometimes because you ask. Vicky, I did see yours. Thank you so much. 24 months of support. I appreciate that so much. I really, really do. Thank you so much. And I'm so proud of you for quitting smoking. You are an inspiration to many among us to continue on with a good deed in terms of yourself. And you are working so hard on that. We're so proud of you. We are all so proud of Miss Vicky. Anyways, and thank you, seriously. You know, I appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Thanks for hanging out on a Saturday night. No, is it Sunday? It's Sunday. NPC, 24 months. That's 2 years. Legal Fiction, almost 2 years. Look at my boobs caught at that one. Thank you guys so much for the support. Wow, what an amazing time. I'm sorry about the @names. I have nothing to do with it. Also, this is like a dress, but I'm also wearing really good jeans that make my butt look so good today, by the way. I just want to say that. And I'm wearing my little cowboy boots because I feel so cute. Anyways, I'm so glad that you're all here. We're gonna keep watching Small Claims Court because we love, love, love a petty queen. Yes, we do. Legal Fiction, thank you again. Seriously, you guys, I appreciate all of your support. Even if it's just watching, if it's even like commenting in mean spirit. Even that, I appreciate. Alright? I just want you to know that. It is all equally valuable around here. The comments mean a lot. I am drafting. I went to pick out special Christmas cards to send out to the few of you that have managed to comment so far on all the videos from October, November in order to get yourself a customized Christmas card from me. Also, how does my hair look? Do we like it? How do we feel about my hair? Anyways. Let's travel by Flu Powder over there. Honestly, wearing glasses, even for like a minute, bothers my eyes. You have hair. Thank you. That's true. Legal Fiction! Woo! Oh my goodness. Why am I so high up? I said. What? Legal Fiction, amazing. The gift that keeps giving, because we're having members only Monday tomorrow. That means there's 2 shows. Members only Monday and 10 more people coming. Thanks to Legal Fiction. Oh my God. Thank you so much. I appreciate your support. I appreciate all of you being here. It is so fun. You snuck it in right ahead of time. I love it. I appreciate it. I'll accept any interruptions anyways.
Are the
Judge,
plain?
we are skipping ahead to, oh, yes ma'am, her. Because we already watched that case, but now this case, and I just want to point out, I feel like we've seen Miss Dunn before. What time is the first show? It's going to be a morning show and then an afternoon show, Vicky. It's going to be great tomorrow. And I understand that it's Thanksgiving in America next week. Is that the correct? Am I correct? Am I correct? I don't know. I always get it wrong. And I'm often off tune. There we go.
So give me just a moment.
Yeah, Your
Yes.
Honor, what?
I'm just noticing that I remember at the top of your docket, when you were giving your initial remarks, you asked Desi with the numbers 39349 to close out that second window. I'm feeling very uncomfortable about that because he did not honor your.
Oh my gosh, Mundus, thank you so much. That is so sweet. 1 East, probably, Vicky. Yeah, around then, exactly. Also, why would that make you uncomfortable? Because he has 2 Zoom windows open. Legal Fiction, thank you again. And sorry, you're staying home, so stream. Oh, don't you worry. It's not a holiday here, so I'll be streaming. Also, I'm also gonna be doing some test baking this week because I want to create the ultimate gift baskets this Christmas. Last Christmas, I made gift baskets for people I work with and people that are close to me, and a few people from far away. And I put a lot of energy, love, and butter into those baskets. And so I need to do some testing to get my 5 to 6 recipes set up. We have 3 core, core ones that have to have, that are must-haves, that people actually go, ask me about probably every 1 to 2 weeks. I get somebody questioning when I'm baking cookies next. So there's specific cookies that all year round I bake, and then during the holidays I bake specific holiday cookies. Actually, I'm going to try and make videos about each of those recipes this year. We'll see.
Request to close that out, and he's on listed with a visual picture on another.
So
Zoom
can
space.
you close that there, Mr. Haramija?
Actually, I thought I did. I don't see it here. Can you hear me?
No, yeah, your sound is coming through one, but then your visual's coming through the other, which I don't understand.
So whatever, yeah, and whatever
So,
he just
ma'am, I need you to
did.
be quiet, please. Please don't interrupt me. So, could you turn on, are you on your phone and your computer?
Yes.
Okay, so can you unmute your phone and talk to me?
And then mute this one. Let me see
And
if I
then
can
get
do
out
it.
of that one. If you're on the phone, you can close out your computer.
Okay. Well,
No, ma'am, I'll get you to you in a minute. So just leave the Zoom meeting on your computer.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, but I still can see your computer.
How's
No, I
that?
can't. Okay, so ma'am, you wanted to say something? I'm gonna swear you in and hear from you, but if you wanted to say something before then, you can.
No, that's it. It's been addressed now. Thank you.
Okay. Raise your right hand, please. Do you swear and affirm the information and testimony you provide will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yeah, I swear.
Yes,
No, I'm talking to Ms. Duncan. Ms. Duncan?
Yes.
Could you? Okay.
Yes.
I'll try it
Can
again.
you hear
Do
me?
swear? Yes, I can. Do you swear and affirm that the information you provide will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
yes.
You can put your hand down. Give me just a minute, call the case up. So this was a moving situation, or what exactly? And you're calling in from Tennessee right now, is that accurate?
I am. I work from the West Coast and I'm back and forth.
Well, what happened here?
Yes, so I was moving some household goods from
Okay, from
Vancouver,
where to
Washington,
where?
from Vancouver, Washington to Shelby County, Tennessee. So just right outside the city limits of Memphis, Tennessee. I contracted with ASAP Movers and Mr. Modesh for that move. And they picked up the items from Vancouver, Washington in what would be known as the first move, no problems. His team in Vancouver did a superb job, so much so they expertly wrapped my furniture using my moving blankets because this furniture was practically brand new and had no staining, no wear, nothing at all. And they expertly wrapped that furniture for me using heavy duty plastic. I was super pleased. In fact, I tipped all 3 of the movers in Vancouver, Washington at the end of them picking up my household goods.
So
Several-
they moved them from Vancouver to Tennessee, is that correct?
His agent did.
Yeah, the company. And then what
Yes.
happened? So then, okay, great, that's the first move, everything went fine. Now tell me, why are we here? That's my real question.
So it was when the household goods arrived in Tennessee, before I even left the state of Tennessee to meet my goods, the state of Washington to meet my goods, I talked with Desmond, and that is who Desi is, DESI, on as the witness. I spoke with Desi. Desi was told to me to be my coordinator for the move and to always contact him if there's any problems, and that's what I continue to do. Let him know. And I just realized I went through some of my documentation. I do have a document that states that they were aware that we were going to move to a storage unit and not into a house in Tennessee. And so things were going into storage. I felt that there was no problem because they were going to be there less than 30 days. And, no problem, no harm, no foul, until the driver arrived with my household goods, demanded that I rent a U-Haul box truck so that he could offload the goods, etc., and surrender the truck to him. And therefore, by me accepting all liability for this person who was not listed to drive that box truck. But I did what I had to do.
So hang on just a second here. So the goods leave Vancouver, they get to you, they go to Tennessee. Are you in Tennessee or no?
At the time that the goods came, yes, I was.
Okay,
I made
and
sure
so
that I
then
was.
you didn't have a place for them? They had to go to storage?
Well, the house that they were going
I
into,
find this confusing.
they were doing renovations on it, so they were painting the house. So they
Okay,
just went into storage temporarily, and they were wrapped so expertly, there was no problem. The problem came when
okay, so hang on just a second.
driver.
So
Mhm.
let's stop for a second. I just want to make sure I understand this. So they were moving from the truck to storage, and you're saying then that you had to get a intervening U-Haul truck that you had to pay for to get it from wherever the truck was to storage?
Yes, it was so the goods
Okay.
arrived on an 18-wheeler, which I understand to be standard practice. And so I secured with intention a storage facility that could accommodate that 18-wheeler. Spoke with the manager of that property several times, and she assured me, oh yes, we always have 18-wheelers come right in here and are able to make the turns and all of that. And she even tried to talk to this driver and the driver helper that arrived with my household goods. but they just would not have it. So I did what I needed to do, just trying to, I prayed, I did what I needed to do, went and rented that box truck. And then, he realizes, well, he can get the 18-wheeler down in the storage unit. And so he does. But I still had the charges for
Hang on
that
just a second.
U-Haul
Stop
box
it there.
truck.
Did you ever use the U-Haul truck?
He did not drive. After driving the truck to the storage facility, he did not ever put any of my goods in that truck. But I was,
But
they
you incurred a cost for the
pre-charged for
U-Haul
that.
truck. And how much was that?
Absolutely. It was, I think exhibit 3,
No, there's U of 5.
U-Haul. Yeah, $36 and some change, sir.
Okay. So go ahead, continue your story.
Okay, so what happened was the driver and his helper unwrapped my furniture to my utter disbelief. They had a truck that was packed with at least 6 or 7 families' household goods, and they had to unpack what appeared to be half of the truck in order to access my household goods. I had such a small amount of household goods. And because, I'm bi-coastal. So it wasn't like I was moving my whole house. I was moving some items to Tennessee because I am bi-coastal. And they unwrapped my things and I could not believe it. So refer to the exhibit with the voicemail, that's exhibit 7, where Desi, my move coordinator from ASAP Moving, says in the voicemail, Kendra, I'm just trying to get some clarity here because we don't normally unwrap furniture when it's going directly into storage. But my furniture was actually unwrapped and therefore became ruined because we're talking about a dank, dark storage facility, a very old storage facility, and my pristine furniture. Yeah, I just ended up having to buy additional furniture. The total cost that I was out for repurchasing furniture, for having to rent a storage facility for several months until I just finally decided to cut my losses and just donate the furniture and give it away. $10,415.88, of which, because they did move the majority of my household goods without any issues, but I am asking for compensation for my goods that were ruined because his agents unwrapped my goods and then refused to rewrap them. And again, if you refer to the text messages, Desi indicates, let him know and he will have the guys rewrap the furniture. And I did. And Desmond was unresponsive during the move as things got increasingly hostile from the driver and the driver helper. And we're talking about a fall of the year when these guys showed up. I was with them probably since 10 that morning, as it is approaching then 5 o'clock at night. Well, that's pitch black dark. And I am by myself. And so it just became a very hostile situation. The police were called and they came out and deemed it a civil matter. And,
Wait, why were the police called again?
Because it became very hostile. I had already
Between
paid
who?
them because
Tell me that again. Who was
it
hostile
became
against?
hostile. The driver and his helper were very aggressive towards me. And I was there by myself and dark was falling quickly because it was the fall of the year.
Graphics?
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
So, okay, so what actually was ruined? The furniture?
Yes, sir. So it was my queen mattress, my queen adjustable bed
Adjustable bed.
base. It's an
Base.
electric bed base.
I love an
my
electric bed. Is that a
couch.
mechanical sex? Mikey was talking about mechanical sex this week. Is that how you do that with a mechanical bed? Hi, Wixom. Hi.
and my oversized matching chair and ottoman. And a headboard.
And those are things that total is $4,215.77. That's that exhibit?
Yes, in that exhibit, yes, sir. Well,
Okay.
I listed the other mattress there. Again, I'm not asking for all of those items to be reimbursed because I was trying to be fair. But, so I listed out the things that I had receipts for, etc., and then listed the price, and then also showed you in another exhibit the replacement cost on the furniture, which again, I still did not ask Mr. Kazbek Modash. Still did not ask him to reimburse me all of those costs. I simply asked for a fraction of that, $3,750 plus court costs. And
Okay.
filing and to provide service. We had difficulty locating Mr. Modash. And so they served him, attempted to serve him first in Olympia, and then finally found him in Lacey. So those were additional fees that I had to pay.
Give me just a moment, and then Mr. So in your note claim, you're asking for $3,750. Can you break
Yes.
down how you get that number?
I arrived at that number based on, first of all, because of the inflated cubic footage that they charged me for the move. I
I mean,
had
How,
reserved 3 storage units. I just simply followed the directions I was given by Desi, who was the
okay,
agent.
so hang on just a second. How much money was
Mhm.
that? First of all.
So give me just a second, sir. The storage fees, so there were 3 units. Those $126 a month from September to January. And then $21.94 to get into those units, $33 charge, I think, for locks on those units. And so as soon as they started
Is that
putting things-
itemized anywhere in your submissions? Because I didn't see it.
Yeah, it's in well, as itemized as these things can be. It's listed on Your Honor, it's listed on exhibit. I'm floating through windows here. Exhibit 3, storage fees.
Right.
And
Well, I mean,
his
hang on just a second, ma'am.
Okay.
Okay, hang on just a second. On exhibit number, you have total payments for 5,914. And then you have the insurance, the furniture, you have total that at 2,713. And then you have the storage fees at, I don't know what that says. That just says, well.
The storage fees that I paid out
Yeah, I mean,
today,
and so
that's listed.
that's like 126. So that doesn't, when you add all that up, it doesn't equal what you have on your claim. That's what I'm trying to figure out. How do you arrive at your claim?
The storage fees equal $474.88 as listed on that exhibit. But again, sir, I did have household goods that in fact needed to be stored there for about
Right.
a month. Wow.
But ma'am,
So
what
again,
I'm
I was trying
asking-
to be fair.
Okay. What I'm asking you to do is itemize and break down all you think you need to be, you're asking for whatever I said, 3,700. I need you to
Mhm.
break down and itemize how you get to that number.
Okay.
And then give me okay, storage fees, this amount, furniture, this amount, U-Haul, this amount. And then I want to know exactly how you come up with that number of 3,750. That's
Okay.
what I actually need to know that.
Okay, so I have some figures for you but I will try to break it down as you just described it, sir.
Okay.
So U-Haul, $36.43.
Right?
A furniture replacement, $2,750 based off of exhibit. Just one second, sir. Exhibit 6, which is the furniture replacement cost,
Right, but you're, hang on, I'm
4,002.
gonna stop you there for a second. Because
Okay.
that, you just told me it was 2,750, but the furniture replacement is 40, you have 4,215 and 77. So why and how is that discounted?
Because I just discounted it myself. I'm not trying to stick it to the defendant. I bought a couch that was more expensive than my previous couch, but things are more expensive. Again, I was trying to be what is fair. I purchased 2 chairs versus the 1 chair that I had previously. They got ruined because it was unwrapped, and the ottoman, etc. So
So hang on
I
just a
just
second.
came up.
I have
with
another
that
question
figure.
for you. That
Yes, sir.
before you do that, how was your furniture ruined? I don't understand that either. I mean, I've had furniture that's been in storage that hasn't been wrapped and, you know, it's not heated, but you know, it doesn't get ruined. I'm having trouble with that too.
Yeah, the furniture was in fact ruined because the dampness, you could feel the dampness as you went into the storage unit. And you know, it just is. My furniture was pristinely wrapped though, wrapped with care. Did not, in fact, I lauded Cassie Beck and ASAP Moving and tipped each of those movers for expertly wrapping my furniture and my goods. And again, it was his agent in Tennessee, the driver and his helper that unwrapped the furniture and then refused to
But I mean,
rewrap it.
Just because it's damp, I guess I'm confused about.
Damp. Yeah, there was a rodent problem on the property, and you know,
I don't know. That's
sir,
why I'm asking.
yes, sir, there was a rodent there was a rodent problem. It just makes me a little emotional. I'm sorry, sir. There's a rodent problem on the property. The smells, all of that. I have severe allergy and sinus issues. It was not furniture that I could use.
All
It
right.
just wasn't.
Hang on just a
And I
second.
didn't give it to them in that condition.
Is the Mr. Williams on the iPhone?
Mr. Williams on the iPhone, come on down.
So there's someone on the iPhone on the Zoom call. Who was that? Mr.
Joseph
Williams.
Williams, Your Honor.
All right. So we're going to,
If you're in
I'm
the
gonna take a break
chat
from
and
this
you're
case, and then I'm gonna hear
looking,
from
come
you,
on down.
Mr. Moldash. This is a holdover from last week. Oh, do you have that?
Does
So,
anyone
Mr.
wanna
Williams,
guess what I'm having for dinner?
when we were met last week, you had talked about a number of pictures that you wanted to be submitted and viewed. I never saw them. Did they make it to, they never made it to the court file that I saw.
Are submitted their pages 26 to 34, and then they're in a quote pages 12 to 16 and 17 to 21 in Ranger Built's quote.
Oh, okay. Oh, I did see that. I've seen those before.
What I was trying to portray in those
Oh.
pictures is you can see that all the millwork, the door frames, the baseboards, all
Right.
have drip marks and runs. They weren't,
Ew,
they were
don't
brushed,
talk
not
about drip
spray
marks and
painted.
runs.
The shelving should be still white. The shelving is in fact the wall color. And then they show the texture that was spread too early, and you can see the light bouncing off the walls. That it shows that the texture was put on unevenly.
No, I saw that. And Ms. Larson, did you get a chance to review those photos?
So I was able to see the photos, but last week, after he had said that he did not have the contract to the mediator and to you also, he then showed up with the contract. So I was waiting for that to be submitted like you asked him to do, and I
Right.
didn't see that on there.
Mr. Williams?
That contract was, I think we're having the same problem as last week. It was emailed November 17th, the contract, and my Zillow link that shows all the work that I had to redo. I had to get a new paint job, and then all the work that I did personally. That proves that I wanted a professional paint job, and it's not what I got.
Oysters and olives. I want to fuck tonight. No, I'm just joking. No, I'm not really though.
Under what date? Okay, I didn't see. this. Okay, so the last thing I see in the case file was November 12th. And actually, all right, well, here's where I'm at there, Mr. Give me just a moment.
Add some vodka.
Our
Very
response was November
nice.
17th that those emails have been filed.
Right, I see that.
Yeah, I have a cut glove, Paul.
And so how much did you, again, I'm gonna look at this up again. You paid on a card and then basically rescinded that. Is that accurate?
That's correct. And if you read the paragraph on pages 35 to 39, it shows that my bank sent all the documents to Miss Larson, and she submitted her own evidence. And then that paragraph explains that she has no bearing in the dispute. It specifically states it in the beginning and the end of that paragraph.
Well, I will tell you,
I bought the oysters from my meat man.
and then you were asking for $10,000. Is that correct there, Ms. Larson?
He did not
Right,
ask for
so-
10,000.
Up until now, his complaint has been that I didn't do drywall work. And he expected me to retexture and fix every drywall issue on his whole house. Like I said, my thought was that you had instructed him to submit the contract. So, but I know what the contract says, and the
I know,
contract.
we have it. I saw it.
Right. So, so now he's switching over from it being a drywall issue to now it's a quality issue. But my problem is that I've yet to be able to.
So, ma'am, again, I have what I need to make a decision. And so I wanted to know where you get $10,000 from when he rescinded a $5,425 payment. That's my question. I can't,
Shuck an
you're
oyster
breaking
and
up
eat it
on me.
raw.
Credit card payment processing.
I feel like I'm asking for trouble if I do it live.
And
I'll
I,
So,
I
ma'am-
haven't been able to take court when you're a
Can you,
business.
can you
take credit
turn
card
your,
payments, but
turn your
because,
video off and just
because
talk
of
to
this
me? 'Cause
debt,
your
so I've been
video's-
unable to take credit cards.
Okay,
Credit
go
card
ahead.
what?
How is it you need
Okay,
a
is that
judgment
any
for
better?
10,000? Yes, better.
So I just put that on open-ended because I was under the impression that that's what you do with civil cases, is that you let the court decide basically the amount, and you ask for the high end. And my reason for asking above the initial amount was because I've been unable to take credit card payments this entire time. So anytime a job has approached me about doing work, when they find out that I can't take credit card payments, they go somewhere else, because a lot of people finance their work through a credit card. So that's a whole portion of work that I'm bypassing and not able to get because I'm not able to process my payments through credit card.
Alright. So here's where I'm at there, Ms. Larson and Mr. Williams. Again, there was a fairly brief, one-page contract, paint, prep, paint. And basically that's about it. The things you complain about now, the lack of the mud work or stuff like that. I mean, that wasn't contained in there. And that's why, like I said at the beginning, you need to lay all this stuff out specifically in writing. I will tell you, Mr. Williams, I'm not a big fan of the concept of paying somebody and through a credit card, and then at the end of it, just say, then changing their mind and then rescinding the credit card payment. That kind of leaves Ms. Larson hung out to dry. If you had an issue, the way you do it is you do it through legal channels like she did. And
Your Honor,
so I am going to find that basically, and again, you may not have been happy with what she did, but she contracted to perform a service. She performed it. You paid for it. And then later on got buyer's remorse and wanted to change your mind. And there's other ways of doing it, but the way to not do it is to just simply cancel your credit card payment. On the other hand, there, Ms. Larson, it doesn't quite work that way where you just, demand $1 million and settle for whatever you get. You have to itemize everything you want to be recovered for. I do find that it was inappropriate for Mr. Williams to essentially cancel that, basically take his money back after he'd already paid you, which caused you a lot of problems. So I'm going to enter a judgment in your favor in the amount that he originally paid you, which is $5,425. I'm also going to award the filing fee, so the total judgment is $5,475. And that'll be my ruling in this case.
Thank you.
And you both are free to go.
Appreciate it.
And now we'll come back to Ms. Duncan and Mr. Moldash. Mr. Moldash, could you raise your right hand, please? Do you swear and affirm the information and testimony you provide will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Swear, I swear.
I guess where we're at here, it seems to me, the big thing is, I mean, the U-Haul rental, that's like $36. But it seems to me like the big type and the storage, I mean, I guess it'd be another issue. But I think the big point of dispute here, as far as I can tell, is, unwrapping the furniture, which led to their damage. So go ahead, but I'm telling you what I'm looking
The
for,
goods,
but I will
Judge,
go
the
to you,
goods.
to the, you can tell me your whole side of this story. And then if Mr. Haramizia needs to speak, I'll swear him in and hear from him. But I think I already did swear you in, didn't I?
Not me, sir.
No, Mr. Moldash, I'll hear from him first.
Well, it came to my attention this case with, accusing us with furniture damage and all this, claims, which from my point of view, I'm denying because I'm fulfill my contract obligation. And as Ms. Kendall said, we did a great job wrapping and delivering her goods to Tennessee on time without any delay. As an interstate mover, we're using, Van Lines as well, our company partners, moving company, and we're shipping jobs cross country because it was a small job from same customer. And if customer, she wants like a specific service, like a dedicated truck, avoid any shuttle fee. It's everything in our tariff. We're going to charge for that according to our price list. So regarding the blankets, it's a company property. So we are wrapping and are wrapping upon delivery unless customer purchase these blankets from beginning. According to our price list, everything is, transparent. Each blanket costs $30 per blanket. I cannot, just give these blankets away to any customers because it's company equipment.
So hang on just a second. If I understand you correctly, then that you're saying that, well, it was wrapped up in your company stuff. And so you just it was appropriate for you to take them off at the time. She's saying that she provided her own blankets.
No. There is no own blankets. It's company blankets. Everything is company.
Okay, ma'am, I'll
blankets.
give you a chance, ma'am. I see your hand up, but I let you speak from beginning to end. Let's give him the same courtesy.
So I'm just going through her inventory. Everything is packed by our movers. They're using our company blankets, And when we are handovering, to delivery company, we just swapping blankets. For example, company give us 20 blankets, we give them 20 blankets, it's a swapping. And all these blankets are not for free. So delivery company, of course, it has a right, you know, to unwrap furniture because it's their blankets now. Unless customer want to purchase blankets on site, if you know, sometimes customers asking, please, can I keep these blankets? Okay, but you have to pay extra, you know, you have to pay extra according to the price list. And
All right.
customer saying it was her blankets, but there is no any charge for blankets at all. We never charged her for blankets. She didn't purchase from us from beginning. I have her estimate, I have a bill of lading, everything is signed, inventory, everything. There is no any damages, nothing at all. Everything delivered on time without no problem at all. And we're shipping, you know, cross country. Small move, we're shipping through the one lines, you know, semi truck only. It's a Tennessee. It's a long distance move. Once we
Um,
deliver, our obligation is complete. So she signed inventory, and customer has 9 months to submit a claim to our claim processor company if there is any damages occur during delivery, not post, you know, after a few months, you know, after 1 year, keeping your furniture in storage. I'm not taking responsibility for storage because that is not my facility. She's not keeping her furniture in my storage. So all these concerns supposed to be referred to her storage management about, you know, ventilation and so on and blah, blah, blah. But I did my job. I just complete and I just, you know, collect the payment. Nothing else. There is no any upcharge, no any ballooning, no any, you know, as a customer saying upcharging. There's no, everything according to estimate was given initially. Customer aware about that. Even in
Right,
from
let me-
initial estimate, we gave you a discount. Everything
Miss-
on paper. Everything on paper.
what's that?
Everything on the paper. I mean, everything in reflect on papers. Bill of lading and initial estimates. We're not hiding anything. It was absolutely transparent move.
What did you say about the notice requirements? You have to make a claim within 9 months?
Yeah, it's a federal law, you know. Federal
Okay.
law, everything in a bill of lading. Each customer aware in her estimate, initial estimate signed by customer when she's signing with us the contract. Everything in the end, she might see for claim processors. There is a claim processor information. It's a standard moving practice, you know. All claims, any complaints, damages, whatever, is supposed to be referred, you know, to claim processor.
All right, let me hear from Mr. Haramizia.
Yes, sir.
Could you raise your right hand, please? Do you swear and affirm the information testimony you provide will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
You can put your hand down. And then, what do you know about all this?
Well, so I was the point of contact for Kendra, Ms. Duncan, for both of the estimates that we did for her moves. We found out about this case yesterday, so we didn't have a chance to submit anything to you, but we do have signed estimates. And that's something that we can send to you for your review.
So I'm gonna stop you for a second. When you just found out yesterday, were you just served yesterday?
Yeah. Right, Kazi? That was yesterday?
Yesterday I told you, Desmond, you know, that we have a court tomorrow.
And that's
Oh,
because
when did you find
discussed-
out about it, Mr. Koldash?
Um,
So you've known about it.
yeah, I know it. Yeah.
When were you served, Kazi?
I need to find a paper, you know, which I
I
received.
can
you know,
tell them that. November 4th.
November 4, yeah.
Oh,
So-
wow.
That was 17 days ago.
Yeah. And that's what I send you, you know, on WhatsApp, you know, that we have a court. I make a scan and send to you same day.
Okay, it's a good idea. Let me hear from Mr. Haramizia about what, so you found out about it yesterday. What,
Yeah, and so what I have is I have the initial, or Kazi does too, but we have the initial estimates that were e-signed by Miss Duncan. There's no mention of her using her own blankets. I don't recall her using her own blankets in this move. I think it's important to note, because in part of her complaint, she suggests that, we overestimated her cubic footage, but we had estimated her initial cubic footage at 814 cubes and ultimately charged her for 708 cubic feet between the two moves. Her initial price on these moves was $59.15, and we ultimately charged her $54.88. So we actually charged less than we had estimated. No mention of the blankets, and it is absolutely standard for a carrier to remove and take their blankets back before they put it into a customer's either house or storage. Now, on both of the estimates, the move was supposed to terminate at 5805 Morning Flower Cove in Memphis, which is a house. That was changed to a storage unit that Miss Duncan chose of her own accord. I don't understand exactly where the requirement to get a U-Haul came from, but what we do is, as a carrier, if we're going to be delivering somebody to a location where we cannot get the tractor trailer within a reasonable distance, then we go get a U-Haul, right? Charge the customer $1 per cubic foot for that service. We find a place to park the big truck, we unload the big truck, drive it over. So I could understand that Ms. Duncan may have been advised that she was in danger of that. And I don't know though for sure that that's not something that I was privy to. But on rare occasions, the driver will forego that $1 charge that's in the bill of lading and in the tariff, and just, unload the customer's goods into the customer's own U-Haul. So not sure exactly how that came about or why she got the U-Haul before we got there. But I don't know that anyone has mentioned this yet, but I mean, Miss Duncan chose her storage, and these items are not hermetically sealed. We don't seal them, so that no air or dampness could get in. They're covered in blankets, very thick, heavy moving blankets, but it certainly wouldn't protect them from dampness. As a matter of fact, it would probably be worse to have the items covered in blankets, because the blankets would hold that moisture in. I think that's everything I have.
Okay. So Ms. Duncan, I'll come back to you. He just told me that that was your choice to go to that storage unit. Okay, you're muted there. You need to unmute, please.
Are you able to hear me?
Yes, now I can, yes.
Okay. It looks like it took off my AirPods. It was my choice to use that storage facility, and much of what Desi has just said is highly inaccurate. So for one, I was directed by the driver upon his arrival to the storage facility that he was going to be unable to navigate the storage facility in the 18-wheeler, and that he directed me, if I wanted my items, I was going to have to rent a U-Haul box truck, which I did. That was probably phone call number one to Desmond on the day of the move. Now, he remained in constant
Okay, so I'm gonna
contact
stop you for a
with the
second.
driver of
Okay,
the
hold
truck,
it for a second, ma'am.
but
So,
would
but
not
you're
take
entitled,
my
ma'am,
calls.
let me ask you a
Would
question.
not. I
Ma'am.
can't hear you, Your Honor. Hold on. I
Okay.
can't hear you. I can't hear you.
Okay. So your entitled tire expense for the U-Haul truck is $36.43.
What? I'm sorry, Your Honor, I could not hear you. Can you hear
The
me?
cost of yes, I can hear you. The cost of the U-Haul was $36.43.
Yes, it was.
Okay, so that's all we're talking about in the U-Haul.
Yes.
And then did you ever pick up that truck?
Yes, I picked it up and had to let him drive the truck. And which
But he
means
never
that
used
I
it.
was accepting his liability. No, he did not use the truck because he, in fact,
See, you're
as
so
the
sweet to me. You're always making me smile. Thank you. I so appreciate that. Also, thank you for the reminder about my posture. And this lady is giving major Karen vibes. No offense to any Karens. Y'all know who you are.
As public storage, as the manager assured him, you have ample room to take that 18-wheeler down that aisle and stop there. People do it all the time. I know it can be done. And in fact, he did it and did not use the truck, but I had to pay, the fee for the truck.
And you
Anyway.
chose this storage facility?
I did choose the storage facility, but the problem, I'm not in dispute of having 2 moves. They counted it as 2 moves. I 2 moves, and I paid the fees on the moves. I'm not in dispute on what was actually moved. There were chairs, there were counter chairs a part of the move. And as you can see, I am not claiming that those things were damaged. I claimed only the things, my leather sofa and my oversized chair and ottoman and my mattresses that were ruined during
Humble
this
brag,
move
humble brag, humble
because
brag.
they were unwrapped. And so they were wrapped in my own personal, because I'm sorry, Judge, I am very pristine and I have severe allergy and sinus issues.
I am
So not only did I
pristine.
purchase, because I had the moving blankets when I moved to Oregon. So, because I initially lived down in Oregon and then moved up to Washington. So I had the moving blankets and I did purchase them at American Freight. They were $5 heavy moving blankets. And so when I got ready to move again, I had those things laundered. And when the 3 guys came, I said, oh, I have my own moving blankets. Showed them the blankets. They wrapped up my items with the blankets and then covered it in very thick, kind of like contractor bag type plastic, but it was on a huge roll, big black, the thick plastic. They did a dynamic job. I was certain there was not going to be any issues, and there would not have been any issues. Again, my other items were all taken, everything was taken to that storage unit. My concerns were, and I decided myself, after having my items brought across the country, 2,000 miles across the country, only to have their agent, the driver and his helper, to unwrap my furniture. If you refer to the voicemail exhibit 7,
I couldn't hear
Desi
that.
says you can't hear me?
I was unable to hear the voicemail.
Okay,
For
well-
whatever reason, my computer wouldn't let me hear it.
Okay, well, Desi says in his own voice, and the reason why Desi knew that we were having court today is because I, with full transparency, at the time that I sent my exhibits to the court for this court proceeding, Your Honor, I also sent the same to admin at ASAP Moving. And so that is typically Desi, because Mr. Modash is the point person is in fact Desi. So that's why he is saying that. I was never trying to do, again, I sent my concern and my complaint about the move. I sent that on the 28th of September, and I'm still gathering information, sir. So while I was waiting for this trial, I looked back through emails, and I did in fact find my initial complaint that I filed on September the 28th with ASAP Moving by email, and I also followed it up by text. And you can see the text, of the email that was sent. And they responded, and they said that they were doing an investigation. Wasn't sure who was responding, if it was Desi responding or if it was Mr. Modash. But in fact, I received a written response, and they said, would you give us some time to investigate? And they bulleted all of the things. And I just sent that over, Your Honor, as exhibit number 8. I sent 2 exhibits just while I was waiting for this time at trial this morning. I
So
sent
we just
over
got, so
exhibit
I haven't
8.
seen it yet.
Yeah. And I included ASAP Moving so that they would see those things as well.
Well, we're just seeing them right now, and which I
Yeah.
still haven't seen. So
Yeah,
what, how long were
I'm
these
just-
things
I'm
in
just sharing.
storage?
These things ended up being in storage from September, and I closed out. So there were 3 storage units that I rented based on what I was told about the moving and the number of cubic feet involved, right? Both were grossly over calculated. And can I say that I have never met Desi in person, nor have I did meet Mr. Moldash because he came and picked up the second move. Again, I wanted my items. I needed them. I wanted some of these
Ma'am,
items
how
put
long
in
were they in
Tennessee.
storage?
Oh,
My question was, how
closed
long
out
were they in storage?
So after day 1, I was able to close out 2 of the units I had rented, 2 of the 3 units. But the remaining unit that had the furniture in it, I did not close that out until January of 2025.
So 4 months?
September, October, no. Well, it was like the end of September, but I think they bill months. I think that's why the $4 fees were there to get you through the end of September, and then October, November, December, January. So 4 months.
And why were they staying in storage?
The furniture had to remain in storage because I did not want it in my house. I did not want that leather furniture. I did not want that unwrapped furniture in my house. I took the items
Hang on
out of
just a
it. I took
second.
all the.
Hang on, just stop me for a second here.
Okay.
So could it have gone to your house after the first day? Or how?
No, that's why all of the furniture from the move, the house was being painted. And so all of the furniture had to go into storage, and it was going to be in storage. You know, you rent storage for a month. So
Right. So
we had a month to finish the renovations on the
so
house and
hang
the
on just a
painting
minute,
and
ma'am,
all of
ma'am.
that.
Okay.
Mhm.
So what I'm trying, when could your furniture gone to your house? If in an ideal situation, how long should it have been in storage?
Oh, yeah. As soon as they finish painting, I don't have exact dates, but I can try to track it back, Your Honor. But
Can you
I-
give me an estimate of that? Like did it
yeah,
only
in the
really need to
same
be in storage
September,
for a week or a month or what exactly?
yeah, in October, early October, I had U-Haul. I rented a box truck from U-Haul and learned at that time that you can actually rent helpers, individuals through U-Haul that will help you with whatever your tasks are involved with moving. And so they did in fact move all of my boxes and household goods and the things that I could use from the move. Again, the only thing to me that is at issue here is the furniture that was ruined because
Okay.
his agents unwrapped
Okay,
my
so
good
can you
furniture.
listen to me for a second? I'm gonna try and ask some questions. I want you to
Okay.
stick with my questions, right? So you put the stuff in storage because you were getting your house painted. And then when you went to get the stuff out of storage at the end of the paint job, by then the furniture had been ruined?
Yeah, and I was
Okay,
already,
stop,
I mean,
stop, stop. What was that time period from when you put it in storage into when you could have taken it out? How long was it in storage?
it was, you took it out the next, I took off the rest of my furniture the next month. But
So it
the
was only in
storage,
there for
what
1 month?
Yeah, what remained in the storage, sir, was the items that the couch, the oversized
Right. No,
chair and
I understand that.
ottoman.
Ma'am, I get that. Here's where I'm
Okay.
at. And so, and here's where I'm at with your case here, ma'am. You know, when anybody ever starts a case, you know, a plaintiff, they have a burden of proof and they're required to prove by preponderance of the evidence that what they're claiming is more likely than not that happened. And, you know, with regard to your case that I'm hearing, based on what I've heard, and this is what I'm hearing today, you just don't make it there. You know, I don't think that I have enough evidence to find that. I'll let you finish, ma'am. I'll let you respond to it. I'm just telling you what I'm thinking. You know, I'm not a furniture expert. I'm not a, you know, in terms of, you know, the atmospheric conditions are going to affect, you know, furniture one way or the other. But what I'm told is basically that these things went into a storage facility of your choosing in September in Tennessee. And then, a month later, that insurance, by virtue of being in that storage facility, were ruined. And I just don't think I can get there from, based on the testimony that of what I'm hearing. So you had your hand up, and and I'll hear your response to that. But I want to be upfront with you as to what I'm thinking. Go ahead, ma'am.
Okay, so sir, with all due respect, I paid them $5,000, in excess of $5,000, to move my household goods to Tennessee. And I did not have them move my furniture over 2,000 miles so that they could then unwrap my furniture without my knowledge and without my approval. Now, I am so sorry. I would ask for a continuance, Your Honor, because I did in fact submit evidence, and it is Desi's voice where he in fact says, Kendra, because normally anytime furniture is going in storage, it remains wrapped. So you let us know if I need to send the guys back to rewrap it. And I said, Desi, if there was not a problem, I wouldn't be calling you. There is a problem because they have refused to rewrap the furniture. That is why I am trembling. It is getting dark, and that's why I'm trying to call you, and he would not answer the phone. So I would ask for a continuance of the case so that I can provide you with that voicemail. And if you would share access, I can play that for all of us so that we can hear that. Sir, there are text messages in the exhibits that I provided, which clearly came from Desi, where he says, let me know if they need to rewrap the furniture. And sir, I paid in excess of $5,000.
What exhibit is that
Your
text
Honor.
message? What exhibit is
again,
that
Your
text
Honor?
message? You
Give me
said
just
that
a
was an
moment.
exhibit, a text message that said that. Where is it?
Well, the voicemail says that.
No, you said a text. Yeah, I
Oh
know
yeah,
the voicemail.
there is, sir. I'm
Where
just
is
a
it?
little nervous, sir. I've never been in a court like this, so
Okay.
excuse
Where
me.
is the text?
Give me just a moment. I am looking,
exhibit
sir,
number?
I'm looking through my exhibits. Give me just one moment.
Your Honor, while
I'm
she's
so
looking
sorry.
for that, can I comment on something she said?
Let's look at Exhibit 3, Your Honor.
In a minute. Okay, I have it up.
Exhibit 3, page 10, it looks like. Page 10. Hi, Kendra. Carla mentioned you purchased blankets and the guys took them. Do you have a count? How many blankets did you purchase? From us, it's all rentals. So that just simply isn't true. Also, you wanted the furniture set up, question mark. No, I didn't. Please let me know soonest in case we need to get the guys back to you. So that text message from Desi actually demonstrates, Your Honor, that they did in fact unwrap my furniture,
Right.
and that he was taking steps to remedy that, but he did not respond. I said, my response is there in green. Lorenzo, the driver, refused to allow me
Right.
to view and take photos of the paperwork, nor was I able to complete the paperwork and give my signature. The driver left all the packing wrap he removed from my leather furniture strewn throughout the storage unit on the floor. Next page, page 11. And it says on page 13, it looks like I just have some duplicates in there, sir. Oh, yeah. Well, I was trying to show you all the complete text without them being so broken up.
Hang on just a
But
second. Mr. Haramija, you wanted to say something?
Yeah, I just wanted to say that as I recall, and I'll have to go back through all these text messages in the system, but as I recall, the issue was that Ms. Duncan didn't want to pay for the furniture to be rewrapped, right? So I don't recall her owning any of her own blankets. As a matter of fact, she even says in her exhibit, if I understand it, she said something to the effect of that I'm asking her a question. How many blankets did you purchase? You know, like
Yeah,
from
that's-
us, right? Because we
No.
have sold people blankets before. So if we want to drop something off into storage, and we don't encourage people to unwrap their furniture into storage, but they have to buy the blankets from us unless it's a local move and they have some way of, renting those blankets based on a deposit, and then they bring us the blankets back and we give them the deposit back. But as Kazi mentioned, these blankets are expensive. They're big, heavy, thick, quilted moving blankets, about $30 a piece. And as I recall, the issue was all about Kendra not wanting to pay for the guys to come back and wrap the furniture because that would be work, and then she'd need to buy the blankets. I don't have
That just
anything.
simply is not true, Your Honor.
I don't have anything. Just last thing, I don't have anything in the two contracts that were e-signed by Ms. Duncan that she had her own blankets. I also don't see anything on either of the bills of lading, which she signed at pickup and delivery, that mention anything about her owning her own blankets. Now,
Why would it matter? They were my blankets and they were wrapping my furniture.
well,
That does not matter. That does not matter, and it is not accurate. It is, Desi, it is not accurate. And I would, Your Honor, if we would go back to the text messages and let's just go through them, because I think it will make
Okay,
it clear
so
to
hang on.
Desi and also to Mr. Modash exactly what his agent, his front man, was doing behind the scenes. It just simply, I have provided a hopeful amount of
So-
evidence. And again, I would ask for a continuance so I can provide that voicemail, or please share the screen to allow me to play that for everyone.
Okay, so I usually give a lecture at the beginning of this, cautioning people not to interrupt others. I always say I'll give an opportunity to let everybody else respond. I also say don't address your comments, don't argue with other people, and address all your comments to me. And so I would just ask everybody to adhere to that, please. And so don't cut off people. Now let them finish. I'll give you a chance to respond. And so it is important, Ms. Duncan, if about whether or not blankets were rented or purchased or not. And so it would be important if that is mentioned on the invoice or a bill of lading. And Mr. Haramisia said that, he just found out about this yesterday, although Mr. Moldash was served a while ago. And so you have asked to set this over so you can provide that voicemail. And so I'll accommodate both your requests. And so we'll reset this. We'll go for 3 weeks, not the 2 weeks we did last time. And then you can call in at 11.
Isn't that like
And
Christmas?
I'll be, I'll hear what you propose. I've kind of telegraphed where I'm headed with this, but I'll listen to the voicemail, see what it says, and then I'll take out the contracts or the reference by Mr. Haramisia as well, but you need to file them with the court. All right, so we'll reconvene and finish this up in 3 weeks, and you can call in at 11.
What date is that, sir? I have
Okay, overnight. December, actually it's 4 weeks, December 19th. It's about a month.
okay, that's the Christmas holidays. But
is.
sir, I was trying to travel for Christmas to my family in Virginia.
Okay, we can go into.
Oh, but it will be on Zoom. That will be on Zoom. I'll make
Yep.
it work.
All right, and this is gonna be your
Now,
only
sir-
notice.
Oh,
Yes,
yes,
ma'am.
yes, sir. Do you want me to transcribe the voicemail? I'm not sure why you wouldn't be able to take that
Well,
audio of an MP3
our
or MP4
technology is-
file.
We don't have the best technology for whatever reason. There's certain things that we just can't hear. Because we find that when people submit things, and sometimes they're corrupted and sometimes they do unfortunate things to our technology. So we're really careful about what we take in that regard.
Okay, I understand. So would it be better? I will also provide a transcription of that. I'm not
All right.
sure what other way I should provide the
All right.
voicemail, or are you able to
Mis-
use a different
Mr.
device to listen
Haramija
to
and Mr.
that?
Koldash, are you available in on that date?
Yeah, I'm available.
Yep,
Mr.
I'm
Haramija?
available. Sure.
All right, we'll reconvene then, and this will be your only notice, 11 o'clock on December 19th.
Now,
You're free
Your
to
Honor,
go.
will you have time to review all of the text messages? Because it
I already
really, we
have,
didn't,
ma'am. I already have, and yes, I'll review them.
please,
Excuse me.
I would ask that you do, because that is the crux of the case here.
Yeah,
If
and I don't
Desi, the
think that,
agent,
but yes, I've reviewed them. And like I say, but I will say this, you and Mr. Haramija have different takes on those texts. You're saying that those texts somehow affirm that your blankets were there. Mr. Haramija is asking you, it's like, wait, what blankets are these? We have you as not as only rentals. Or what blankets did you purchase, or did you purchase any? So I'm not sure that there's agreement on exactly what those texts show. And I just want to give you the fair warning on that.
but Your Honor, I would just restate what Desi and Kazi Modash said in this proceeding, and so I hope that the court reporter can bring that information back, what
So,
they
ma'am,
testified to
I was
today in this
here. I
proceeding.
heard
They
everything.
said,
We don't need to restate
that the
anything.
blankets are included.
Okay. I'm not sure
Please
that's
double check that, please.
what I heard was, yes, they provide blankets, but if they're not purchased, then they keep them, then they take them back. And then, or you
And
can
where is that
purchase them,
listed?
then they
And where is
stay.
that listed? But they were my blankets. They were my blankets.
All right.
That's why he asked, how many blankets did you have? And then he goes on to say in the voicemail,
Okay.
as it
So
would say
ma'am,
in the voicemail.
ma'am, we're stopping for today. We're stopping for
Okay.
today. We'll be back on December 19th. And again, I would just,
Could you
I
tell
think
me
it's
how you
possible
would
to
like me to
interpret
give
these
the
comments a
information
number of
from the
ways.
voicemail?
ma'am, we're done for today. We'll be back on the
There's a little
19th.
bit of a delay, sir, when you use Zoom.
Yes, sir, Mr.
How would you
Koldash.
like me to provide you
Your
the
Honor.
voicemail other than a transcript
I would
along
like
with
you to
it?
let me listen to Mr. Koldash, and then I'll come back to you.
Yeah, Your Honor, I have only one question. Can I, contrast you, Ms. Duncan, for
I can't give you
time?
advice on that. I can't answer that. That'd be giving you legal advice, and I'm not going to do that. You don't want me giving her advice how to run her case. She doesn't want me talking to you about how you run your case.
Okay.
That's it for today. Well, ma'am, I don't know what to tell you other than we're going to check and see if we can see it through other means. Can you, but here I haven't been able to listen to that.
I mean, I can take a look at it, but
We can take a look at it, but that's about it. Go ahead, ma'am.
I'm also willing to maybe on the next court date, share that voicemail, because again,
If it comes to that, we can do that.
okay.
All right,
And
that's it for today.
And I am open to mediate with Mr. Modash if he would still like to mediate at this point.
Well, I think that you already went through that, didn't you?
He was not willing to mediate.
Well,
At
I
that point.
don't frankly see that changing, but if it be
I
changes
think that's
between
what he
now
was just saying to you,
and
sir.
then if the changes, ma'am, you have to let people complete their sentences and thoughts before you jump in. And it's just, I would ask that you do that, ma'am. Go ahead.
Your Honor, my apologies. I am not trying to cut you off. There is a delay in Zoom. It is a known issue in Zoom.
I'm aware.
So I'm not
see
trying
you.
to cut you off. I'm
Thank you.
hearing
I
zero sound
appreciate
when I start
that,
speaking.
ma'am. I appreciate that, and we'll be back on December 19th. And again, you're not going to get any notice other than this, and I'm not sure what time zone. I mean, Mr. Haramija and Mr. Koldash are here, and I'm not sure what time zone you're going to be in, ma'am, but you're in Tennessee now. It's probably 2 or 3 in the afternoon now.
Yes, sir.
That's
I'll
it.
be back at court wherever I am. I'll make sure I'm in court at the right time. Thank you so
All
much
right.
for your time.
Oh my God. Oh my God. He needs to mute her, but guess what? We're done. Guess what, though? We don't have to wait till December 19th. We'll be back together in court tomorrow for two shows. Members only Monday plus a regular live tomorrow night. I appreciate each and every one of you for hanging out with me tonight. If you're new here, welcome. If you've been here a while, I love you. Thank you for coming back, putting up with me and my act. No, I'm just joking. I love you guys so much. Do me a favor. Remember that I love you and I'm proud of you. And I will see you in the next video. It'll probably be a video, like a morning and then like 1 East and then like 6. I don't know. 1 East-ish? I don't know. I love you and proud of you. I'll see you in the next video. Okay, bye. Bye.
Always down and ready to ride.